Don't be that nonchalant about that. Look at this. This is the most beautiful, big, flying creature I've ever seen in my life.
I think it's just the moth.
Milky's just like, yeah, no, see it all the time, yeah. Oh my God. I've not seen a moth that big. That's crazy, man. Today I'm at a business circuit near Fukushima. We are gonna do some 360 with drifting. I got my boy Milky Diamonds. What up, Milky? You alright? I'm vlogging, bruh. It's a new thing.
It's a new thing, yeah?
I'm starting to do it.
Yeah?
How's it going? Tell us about what you've just done to the car.
I just changed the rear tires and then these were the old ones here.
Did you go for the smoky or did you go for the normal?
Normal, just to get some grip so we can actually
Get
some laps out. Yeah, so these are all me.
They're all you?
Yeah, all me.
Jesus, you're a demon.
No, I just like to finish them. I want to finish them, you know?
So what happens if you've got really fucked up tires and you try and drift on them?
They're like ice skates.
Really, just slide into oblivion?
Yeah, we're going like 15 kilometers an hour and it'll stop sliding. It's literally an ice skate.
Yeah, so I was contemplating as well how to mount things onto his car today. It's kind of difficult because everything's fiberglass. Like the areas where I want to mount something is fiberglass. And so I was up here before, like probably last year. And we did some good footage just with the selfie stick and everything like that. But I wanted to use the really long selfie stick today, like the 3-meter one, but there's no real point because you're just getting the same angle when it's gonna have to be like secured down because that bitch is gonna like fly around with the G-forces. So I've got this magnetic mount here. I'm gonna put this inside because it's hot and that's just gonna overheat really quickly. But so yeah. Good areas to mount when you haven't got much like leeway of being not close to the car. All this sort of stuff, it just looks the same, you know? It's so close to the car. If I was to extend it out further, there's too much weight on it. It's not gonna be secure enough. You need like a hefty mount and you're gonna see it in the shot, so I don't really feel there's any point. I do really wanna mount something on the front that's sticking out. We try to get something through here, but there's nothing really secure to mount it through. This is fiberglass here, and these bits here are either, you know, they're separated or they're gonna get a bit too hot way back in there. And all this, I can suction on this, but there's no point because it's very lightweight, it's just gonna come off. You got cable ties on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The front bumper and the rear bumper are held on by cable ties so that if I do hit something, the cable ties break, not the bumper.
Sick. Okay.
Because I already had this break half before.
Yeah.
So we repaired.
Oh, gotcha.
But that was my fault. That's why.
See, drifter knowledge. I don't know these things at all. It's brilliant. Yeah. So he uses cable ties to hold it on. So
the side skirts is screws for the side skirts.
So why is that different?
They don't really come off.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, the front bumper and rear bumpers are cable ties.
Gotcha. Cool.
Just for a drift car. Street car you do regular.
Yeah, of course. I was just thinking you being cheap. I was calling you out for a second there, bro. But yeah, so otherwise than that, here's kind of a good place, but here's good. You get like a good angle. I mean, you get a bit of the back, but then you also get this kind of angle here, which is cool. But still, I like dynamic shots. It's just gonna be stuck there. So, and you can see where I've tried it out many places. Again, you wanna do here, I think this is fiberglass too, it's not gonna stick to anything. Even if I do suction cup, again, no point. I'm repeating myself. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stick this here today, just to get like a third-person shot of me doing camera work out the side here. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it's gonna go for the standard, the first edition selfie stick because it gives you a lot more rigidity. I just wish it was longer, but with everything that goes longer, then it's way more difficult to control. And you'll see how crazy the G-forces are. You'll see my body like swinging around like a madman when I'm in there. Especially when you're not like fully seated in the bucket seat, right? It goes crazy. So yeah.
Alright, let's go up to the North Course.
Milky just trying to get me to drive his other car. I said, are you sure you want that to happen? Because I haven't driven in a very long time. But yeah, you'll see why later because it's super narrow going up there. I just don't want to fuck your shit up, mate.
I don't think it's my girlfriend's car, so...
That's even worse. It's even worse. It's third-party liability. It's even worse. Hopefully it'd be okay. This bit I was talking about. I'll scratch a fucking car up in this bit, man. And then this hill.
There was like this much space on either side. That was scary shit.
Yeah. Definitely, I would have scuffed your car on that.
There's quite a few cars that do it.
Just, you tell me cars have water sprayers?
No, people install them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
To stop your tyres from overheating. Why'd you park away over there like a little recluse?
No, because it's the best spot. You can look.
You don't want to hang with your friends? Like, what's going on?
I don't know. My Japanese ain't good enough yet.
You're like me, you're just like, oh, okay. Don't get involved with the community, just fucking...
It's fine. It's fine.
Konnichiwa. Nice. Alright, let's get helmets on and go for a little drift.
Look at all this chicks.
I just wanna go pub on a Friday without one of us getting in someone's face. Around this blood, just put out my Air Force, looking like custom made. My boy's so unable, back to his boots, I tell him to adjust his waist. The bounce is not at the back of the hand, but we gotta be careful just in case it's way too long. Still be cold with the way this done. I don't care if you hate this song, man, I ain't my fool, you were raised up wrong. Sometimes I play as I grind, or sometimes I play hits on the box. I don't wanna hear no shit out your mouth when I hit my 40, you're drifting along. Bitch, I'm not done and my missus a body the same. When the kitchen sees me up in the front, illegal and leaving, and I'm getting like a bitch in the back here, keeping the tally. You only bitches that wanna get aggy, you sound a little bitter, I wish you were happy. How many Instagram champions spinning, I'm looking mechanic, yeah. I've had a long day, won't want 2 joints, picking up jokes, don't drop 2 coins. When I do talk, man, better make noise, silence hurts, I got this voice. Analyze my life, made that make sense, monetize my mind, made that make sense. When I rap, push mic, and I might see friends, when I got 3-5, and I like this time.
Stacking dough for rapping, bro, you know I'm always balling. These other rappers sounding shit, you know they sound appalling. Cannot listen to their music cause it's very boring. And when it comes to talking truth, you know I'm going all in. I'm investing all my money, I'm investing all my powers. I work a lot, that's why I meditate for hours.
Okay, first little drift out of the way. Milky decided to blame his tyres for it. But
Yes.
no.
That's right.
He was like, things aren't right. The tyres are wrong.
The tire pressures are wrong.
The tyre pressures are wrong.
Yeah, they're too high.
Which is completely understandable. So he's stolen this little device here from a fellow drifter.
Yeah, it can put air in your tires and take air out of your tires.
Keeping it chill to not overuse the tyres so much. But yeah, he was just like, there's something not right.
Know what I mean? Yeah. I'm at the top of the league, I'm at the top of the game, I'm balling. I like to keep it moving, continuous, I'm not stalling. When I'm on Johnson base, I'm painting a picture like an expensive drawing. That's why every weekend I'm always around the country touring. I get paid to rhyme, that's why I shine, just like laminate flooring. I'm always downloading information like a program installing. I make money when I go to sleep and when I wake up in the morning. I'm legendary, like David Beckham, man of the match, I'm scoring. Living my life with no regrets, I'm always ready to mash up the set. All my life I've been smashing the mic, I make the DJ start breaking the decks. It's all about what's going on now, I don't think about what's happening next. I am a lyrical murderer, wow, I'm on a morning flex. I used to wear Valentino jeans and Averins. Now I don't even care about designers, I'm still gonna look fresh to death. I'm taking over everything, till there ain't anything left. I'm just gonna keep falling until I take my step.
Milky's busted a tyre. Damn, son. You're a demon. Why are you such a demon?
I told you the tires. I told you. The tire kind of blew. Well, not blue, but it started to delaminate.
I thought it blew though, because it's going.
Yeah, so, like, I can show you. So the tire started to delaminate. This way, grab a piece. So, can you see that?
Yeah.
That? So, so a part of that came off. Well, this is it. One half of this would have come off and it would have been whipping around.
Wow.
That's the sound you hear.
I thought it was like fully flat, dude. I was like, what the hell?
It's like, you're not gonna stop, bro.
Yeah, I was like, are we stopping? I thought he was gonna go for another run. Look how dirty I got just from sticking my hands out of the car, man. It's insane, isn't it?
That's the tires. Plus, I don't wash this car either.
No, I literally feel it. I literally feel the shit from the tires hitting me from the track. It's crazy.
That's why you don't stick your hand out.
Yeah, so we're just chilling out at the moment, letting the car cool down too. He changed the tires and it did like a really good run straight after. So I believe him now. I believe him. It was the tires.
Sometimes it's difficult to believe, right? It's like, what? It's the tires. That's why you're not drifting.
No, I believe you. I think I believe you and I trust you getting into this fucking hell ride. You have to, right?
It's safe. What do you mean?
It's only safe because I believe it's safe. Really, we could roll that fucking thing and you know it. Milky's doing his thing. I'm just ruining his B-roll at the moment. He's got his whole little interview thing going on at the moment, ain't you, Milky?
Yeah, bro.
It's cool. Had it all set up, a little tripod. He's using his little mic, his little... Look, he's got it in his hand. There you go. Give us a run through of your roadman voice.
Yes, you lot. What you lot saying, bruv? You lot good, yeah, cuz. Alright, come, so enough of this talk. Let's do some more driving, bruv. Jeez, you know your boy's a certified driver up here. Certified, cuz. Certified, fam.
Okay, so I moved the camera from there. And I've put it on this roof here. It'd be cool to do like a full run of a full 360 video. So check that out on the channel later on. Yeah, hopefully you guys like it. Stay tuned to see everything that comes out.
So sketch, bruv. He's on the foot brake, like heading towards like the side of the clay wall or whatever you call it.
Got Milky just fucking criticising other drifters here, sitting on his podium.
I don't want him to crash. I don't want him to crash. I want him to like switch it back and then get on the foot brake and stuff. Because if you get on the foot brake facing towards it, if anything happens, you're just gonna slide straight into it. Like you'll see, it's so sketch. That was good. Before, no, because the other times he locked up the front brakes, which made him slide towards it.
Alright, we've got Milk in his habitat. Gonna ask him some questions quick.
Yeah.
So, how did you get into drifting?
Am I talking to you? Am I talking to them?
You can talk to whatever you want.
I'm talking to the people out there. How did I get into it? So I was always into cars
Yeah.
from a very young age and into racing. When I was younger, I actually wanted to be the first black Formula 1 race car driver. Thanks, Lewis Hamilton. Always into cars, into the Fast and Furious movies. I thought 1 and 2 was great. Number 2 was my favorite. I liked number 2 more than number 1. And then Tokyo Drift came out.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I think it changed a lot of people.
ooh, what's this,
Right?
bruv? What's
It's
this?
so different.
What's this thing called drifting, cuz?
Yeah.
It's like, you do drifting or sliding, whatever, in video games, Mario
Yeah.
Kart, all that stuff. But then this was like the real life version of it. And then so I started searching like drifting Tokyo, drifting Japan, da-da-da-da-da. After a while, I came across some videos that were like Ibisu circuit drifting. And I was like, oh, okay, Ibisu circuit. So I did some research on the Ibisu circuit. They call it the theme park for cars. Is what
It
they call
really is though.
Yeah, 7 tracks. And, I was watching montages of people coming for the Matsuris, the festivals every year. There's 3, spring, summer, fall or autumn Matsuri. And when I was watching the videos on YouTube, everyone was doing mega runs, amazing runs. Everyone was linking everything, going super hard, super fast, like, touching doors or like touching the wall and stuff. So in my mind, when I saw this, I thought, only professionals can go. End of 2013, beginning of 2014, I saw a video posted up by Taylor Wright. And in his video, he said, thank you to powervehicles.com. So I was like, okay, who are these guys? And bear in mind, at this moment in time, I had obviously watched all of Initial D. I had seen all the movies, watched all the episodes. I was currently in the process of importing an AE86 to the UK. I had sent off my money, deposit was like 100,000 yen or something, sent off a deposit to a company to find me an 88.6 from the auction so I can import it back to the UK. Like,
That's the right way to be a weeaboo, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
watch initial D, all that stuff, and then you get
86, give me that car. Clicked on the website to go to powervehicles.com, and they had a tab on their website. It was called Drift Heaven Week. I was like, okay, so I read it, and they were like, Matsuri is on Saturdays and Sundays, so that's a 36-hour non-stop drift event. I was like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. Okay. And they said on the Friday, the day before, is the G1 GP, which is the Gaijin Grand Prix. So foreigner-only drift competition. It's like so competitive because everyone from around the world comes to it. It's so competitive. Then they said, so we do it for a whole week. You fly in on the weekend before, you come up on Monday, you drift from Monday to Thursday practicing, then Friday you do your competition, and then the weekend is your drift Matsuri, your 36-hour drift event, and then you fly home like the Monday to Tuesday. And they were like, we help foreigners we can source you the car, we have a garage at Ibiza Circuit.
She found all this in English?
Yeah, it was because the people who own it, Power Vehicles, are husband and wife from Scotland. Shout out Andy and Emily. I sent Emily an email straight away. I told her everything. I was like, "Hey, I don't have a driving license yet, but I want to learn how to. I want to. Yeah, so I don't have a driving license at that point in time." And I said, "Hey, I want to learn how to drift. This seems really cool." And then she said to me, "If you come here for a week, you'll get more driving than you would in a year back home."
Definitely.
Because the track's open every day. It's open from 8:30 to 4 p.m. every day. There are no marshals anywhere. There's none of this sessions. You just pay your entry fee and you can go out and drift whenever you want, as much as you want for the whole day.
I've got to say, this is like one of the most laid-back places I've ever been to in Japan.
Yeah.
Like on this track, dude, they just allow you to do anything.
Yeah.
Like within, obviously they have rules and stuff, but it's so, the vibe here is so chill.
Yeah, you just have
like,
your
go do your
drivers.
thing, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's great.
Helmet, driver's window up, and then just make sure you buy your pass, and that's it. Like, that's it.
And you don't need a license to drive on the
No,
track.
you don't need a license to drive on the track.
Crazy.
No. So Matsuri is in April. So
Right.
that's the 36-hour drift event. So that's the Drift Heaven Week is in April. So I went 3 weeks after that, so that there would be no one else here. I flew in, went to Narita Airport, and then there was a set of instructions on the Power Vehicles website to take this train from here to here, this train from here to here, this train from here to here, taxi from here. So I was
Direct
like,
guide,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So I had no Japanese, no Google Translate on my phone back then either. Just figured it out. Caught the train from Narita to Tokyo, then from Tokyo to Koriyama, then Koriyama local line train to Nihonmastu, then Nihonmastu a taxi all the way up to the track.
It's far. Even where I come from today, it's like really far.
Yeah. So after they asked me if I had driven the car with a heavy clutch before, to drive it up a hill with that was very narrow, I had responded with, I haven't really driven a car before because I don't have a driving license. The next day, I learned how to drive the car, just practicing how to drive the car, manual, drive it around and whatever. And then the day after that, I had one lesson with Team Orange. That is the owner of Team Orange also owns the Ibiza Circuit. Kuma Kubo. He's great. He's always a judge for EDS and the competition and stuff. He's like a legend in the scene. So then they gave me one lesson. I got taught by Sunaga, one of the drivers for Team Orange. He has like repeatedly known to have the fastest hands out here because his hands move so quick along the steering wheel. Yeah, and then for the next 2 weeks after that, I taught myself how to drift. Because I didn't.
So you were like every day on the track?
Yes, every day on the track. Because I wasn't that good of a driver, I managed to only go through like 8 pairs of tires, so 16 total tires, maybe less. Yeah, I'd go through maybe like half a tire a day.
Came to drive the car here, right?
Yeah.
So like, when you were here and you were driving on the track, what was the deal with that sort of thing? Was it like an inclusive thing of just like, yo, just come and try out the car?
So Power Vehicles just look after your car and can source you parts and tires, and you can use some of their tools and stuff to work on your car. Because
You were just staying local?
Yeah, I was staying local. I was staying like maybe like a 10-minute walk up the mountain, not far at all. Yeah, I stayed with a Japanese lady. So where I stayed was actually run by the track. Where I was staying was like an Airbnb sort of thing. But this was before Airbnb.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like a Japanese ryokan run by the track. It was an old woman who made me call her Oba-chan, which is grandma in Japanese. She tried to talk to me every morning, so she made me breakfast and she made me dinner every day, except for one day where I missed dinner and she got upset with me.
Don't they? Old lady.
The place doesn't exist anymore. The building's still there, but no one stays there anymore. But yeah, she was awesome. It was a great 2 weeks here. So after my 2 weeks, yeah, I just parked the car up, paid for storage, went back to the UK, and then I came back in November the same year to drive, for Matsuri this time, to drive it. And then I would subsequently come 2 times a year after that.
Then you ended up moving out here.
Well, first I
Yeah.
moved to New Zealand,
Yeah.
and then after that I moved out here. Yeah, and then I picked up this car in 2018. So I sold the S14 in 2017. It needed a resale because I had crashed it on every track here, and I picked up this car for about the same price, 560,000 yen or so, in 2018, right before they shot up in price. Like, yeah.
If somebody wants to get involved in drifting now, how would they go about it?
Money. You need money. You need money, bro.
Say you got money in the bank, what happens? What do you do?
Well, there's two ways you can do it. You can either do it yourself, where you source the car, through Yahoo auctions.
So the main thing is just getting a car on the track.
Well, yeah, because any car can be on the track. It doesn't have to have shaken. My car doesn't have shaken. My car lives here at the track. So
Which is Japanese insurance, shaken.
yeah, Japanese insurance and roadworthiness, etc.
Yeah.
The biggest outlay will be the car.
Right. So like, you can either bring your own car, or like you can buy cars from the track.
Yeah, so you can buy cars from. There are a couple companies. The one that I go through is Power Vehicles. You can buy cars from Power Vehicles,
Okay.
and they can store the car at the track for you, and maintain the car for you, and you just pay your storage fees and whatnot.
How much is like storage fees?
I think it's less than 10,000 yen a month.
And then like coming each day to drive.
So what you can get something called a gold card, which is what I have, which is like a yearly membership to the track, and it costs 100,000 yen. And then every time you want to drive, you just pay 500 yen. And the 500 yen is just for your insurance, not your track entry. So you get free track entry, including the Matsuris. The Matsuris are usually 20,000 yen. Still just 500 yen coin is what it costs. So if you come a lot, then that's 100% the best thing to do. If not, I think your best bet will be half-day passes. 9,000 yen for a 5-course pass. 7,500 yen for a 4-course pass. That's all day. And then if you want half day, I think half day is 4,500 yen for a 4-course pass, and 7,500 yen for a 5-course pass. So you do the math. If you come for like 10 full days, you might as well buy a gold card.
So what about if you don't know how to drift at all? Obviously you got, you didn't know how to drift before you came, but you had like the people there, everything like that, and like you kind of had a little bit of an in there, right?
Yeah, so you can do drift lessons out here in Japan. There are a few different companies that do it. If you just Google drift lessons Ibisu, you can do Team Orange drift lessons. I think the website is called driftinjapan.com. It's run by my friend Stu, and if you ask him for drift lessons, he can book a time to drift with Team Orange, and he'll be the interpreter because he's from Australia, so he speaks Japanese and English.
Is it hard to get, like, to learn drifting as somebody who just speaks English? Or do they usually have interpreters, or like
if you
the
book
Japanese guy speaks English?
No, Japanese guys don't speak English. So if you book it through, I believe the website is driftinjapan.com. If you book it through there, then Stu basically is your liaison, and he books the time for you with Team Orange, and he'll be there as well.
Cool.
And there's also another one that you can do, Sideways Experience. They do drift lessons too. Safe, yeah. Yeah, they do drift lessons too, and drift car rentals as well. Yeah, and you can message them and do stuff with them too.
So how long do you think it takes to get like the fundamentals down of drifting?
Because they usually go through like a 4-part process. You do donuts, then you do like pull the handbrake into like a parking space. Then you do like figure eights, and then you do a single figure eight, and then you do a linked figure eight. So that's usually what you do in a day, and you can be pretty competent to get the car sideways after that. But like, you're not going to be throwing mad backwards entries or anything like that. Right. Like, it takes time to get confident with the car, and also, I don't know how it is with other people, but with myself, when I'm driving someone else's car, I can never go 100% because I don't want to break someone else's things. But like with my car,
yeah, same. I always feel like that.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't want to drive your other car.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah. But like with my car, I go 110, 120% sometimes. That's the reason why I didn't have a body kit on for so long, because I kept on flying off the course. But now I'm confident enough that I won't, so it's back on.
What makes a drifter good? What comes into play to make a drifter good?
Well, the biggest thing is confidence. Like, the biggest thing is just having confidence in the car and in yourself and your ability. And just the biggest thing that helped me is when you know your car's 100% good, you can go 100%. So like, when you bolt check the car, when you've checked your oil, your water, your tires, your tire pressures, your wheel nuts. Safe. Yeah, when you check all those things in your car and you know they're good, then you can go 100%, and then you can be confident with it. So most of the time it's just confidence. It's just having the confidence to be like, if you're apprehensive, your car will react accordingly. You know what I'm saying?
So what's the biggest variable that affects the way you drift? Like today, we put the tires down. And
Yes.
It helped you out a lot. So
Tires, yeah. So tire pressure.
tires are the most fundamental thing overall.
Like car setup. So your suspension.
Suspension, okay.
Yeah. So when your car has like bad suspension, then it's quite difficult to go super hard. Because so right now I got DG5s in, which are like the best suspension you can get for a JZX period. Nice. It's what all like the top dogs use and stuff. And I say they're ages to put those in the car, but like they are, the moment I put those in the car, completely changed how it drove and everything, because there's less body roll, it's stiffer in certain areas and softer in certain areas, and it's exactly what it needs to be to get the car to move competently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, tires. I mean, like, everything else is good and well. You can have a 500 horsepower car, this, that, or the other. If you're on junk tires, you're on junk tires. That's the only thing connecting your car to the ground. So having good tires. I mean, again, I am using junk tires today, but I'm confident in my abilities that I can use that and put the tire pressures down and still throw out some good runs, which is what happened today. But yeah, like back in the day, I wouldn't have, you know. Yeah. One of the biggest things is understanding that like it's not you that's driving bad. There's something up with your car.
Right,
so, like,
you said this earlier.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
So like on our first couple of laps, I was spinning and messing up, and 6 months ago I'd be super down. I'd be like, oh, it's me. I'm not driving good today. I'm driving bad today. So on and so forth. Oh, safe. Saved it. Yeah, he's got to drive that car home. He doesn't want to break a body kit or something. But today, as I know this car, and I know my driving ability as well, I knew that it was the tires, and that was what was causing me to spin. Yeah, that took me a long time to get over, for sure.
Cool. Thanks, bro.
No worries, brother.
You definitely cleared a lot of questions I had up anyway.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Awesome.
Just
Thanks.
if you ever see me at the track, just I always have a spare helmet on me. Just hit me up and let's go drifting.
Sick as well. Like, honestly, the best drifter I've seen going around the track. For real, it's crazy.
I appreciate it.
Go check him out, Milky Diamonds. He's just saucy, rude boy. It's bento time. Yeah.
Like I only got my license in 2017, right before I moved to New Zealand.
2017.
Yeah. So I was drifting there for 2 years without a license.
That's awesome. Bento complete. Milky's a bit disgruntled because I just told him some editing things which he didn't know.
Not disgruntled.
A bit disheartened? What's the right language to use?
I feel a little bit noobish. That's noobish. Yeah.
Multicam and synchronizing things. It's okay. I've told him it existed.
So yeah,
he can find his way.
Jack the car up underneath the differential, as that is a solid point on the vehicle to jack the car up, and it can take its weight, and then we'll change tires.
Do you learn things from the other guys around here or not?
Yeah, I ask them questions every day. Every day about things about car setup, about tires, tire pressures, just this, that, and the other.
That's
things
sick.
to avoid, things to know, because James, as an example, who's like the head power vehicles mechanic. He looks after like 300 of these cars.
Wow.
From all the customers that we have, and so he just knows everything. Like my university degree is accounting and finance. You get me? Like I'm definitely a numbers, mental sort of mind as opposed to a physical mind. I'm from London, but we don't have backyards and stuff. We don't do stuff like that,
I know so many people that get into a completely different field than the degrees as well.
Yeah.
Like they study for so long and it's like, I don't like this anymore.
Yeah.
I want to do something else. How many Japanese drift friends do you have?
Loads. Like my Japanese is passable at best.
Yeah.
I know enough to get around, but you don't need Japanese when you're drifting. Like this is gonna sound so cliche, but we all speak the universal language of drift, of car, or whatever.
It's hard to like speak to Japanese people sometimes, but as soon as you find like a hobby you both relate to, your whole world like kind of opens up.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
a place that you can stay like 8 minutes away from here, up the mountain. And yeah, it's for like 4 drifters and stuff. And yeah, you can go there and use the onsen. Tattoos are okay. There's a bar. The lobby is West.
Why is this place so liberal? Like tattoos are okay in the onsens as well.
Yeah, because there are no foreigners coming to drift at beaches, so they want to get the foreigners.
It's like the only place in Japan that seems fully open, dude. Like. So why is it mainly just one side that's been completely screwed?
That's because my car needs rear arms, so the alignment on the back means that instead of the tire sitting down flat, it sits down more like that. And also, because of the main corner of North Course being a left-hander, it means all the weight of the car goes onto the right-hand side. So because it's on the right-hand side, that means the right tire is fully flat to the ground, but the left tire, because it's leaning more to the right, means that only the inside part is on the ground, which means that's why this got messed up.
So it's usually the back left that goes on that course?
Yeah. So usually you switch them over.
So sometimes you flip the tyres?
Yeah, you take them off and you flip them, because like sometimes you'll use this. So obviously if you keep going on this side, it'll go, but then you use so much on this side, so you just flip it around.
So what's to do with like purchasing new tyres as well?
So like obviously all of these tires are accounted for.
Yeah.
And then you can either bring your own tires, and there's like a communal tire changer just down the way that you can use. Or you can like order your tires through our vehicles, and then that means you can use their machines like what we're doing now.
What about storage? Is that an issue or not?
For tires?
Yeah.
Put it in your car.
Yeah? Cool.
Put whatever's yours inside your car. And that's it.
So all these are like, what's the deal with all these then?
These tires?
Yeah. They're all dead?
Yeah, those are all mine. I use all of those, so they're all dead. Those go in the scrap.
They're all mine, they're all dead. So what about like getting rid of tyres?
So if you buy your tires through car vehicles, then the tire purchasing price comes with a disposal fee. So these tires, get once they like all get full, they'll call up and then get someone to come take them all away.
Cool.
So right now I'm just putting on some tire lubrication.
Some lubricant?
Yeah. Because you need to go around here, and you don't want it to get stuck or break or anything, so you put lubricant on it.
I see a poor little spider in there. I guess it's good. Yeah.
You put the lubricant all across the wheel. So we want the side that's good to be on the inside. There's the spider.
Hey.
So the reason why it's got lubricant is that when you spin it, it has a much easier time of just pulling on. So then the reason why I'm putting it down is because you want the tire to go underneath this part here.
Okay.
Because if it goes onto this part here, the top part, it's too wide and it could potentially rip this part of the tire. And this is the part that seals it. So if this part gets ripped too high, then you want to put air in the tire and you essentially destroy the tire. So this is a 265 tire, so that's very wide. And this is a 9.5J rim, which you'd usually put a 235 tire on. So this tire is actually a little bit too wide for this. So even though I have ripped it in the past, because it's so wide, it pushes up against it anyway and seals it. But usually, yeah, don't. Otherwise you've got to put a tire away. Now put some air into it. It's going to make a very loud air. Oh, not too loud.
It's just popping into place.
Yeah. So then now you get the valve and the valve tool. So it has a little indent just there, so you can actually place the valve into it. And then what you do is you screw this into place where the air goes just here.
It's intense.
Yeah, so the reason why you take it out is so you can fill it up a lot quicker. Because if this is inside, it takes a long time to fill up.
You can see it just shooting into your head.
Huh?
I can see that just shooting into your head, dude.
No, I get screwed in, so I never just randomly pull it out.
Oh.
Then just check the tire pressure. Double check that it's sealed the whole way. If it is, yeah, on both sides. Yeah, then just put it back in the car. So I took these off using the air gun. But to put them back on, I always like to just put it on by hand to begin with, because so these wheel nuts are threaded, and there's a thread on the wheel studs in here as well. So if you use the gun and forcefully put it on, I'm not saying that you can do it, but you could cross thread it. And if you, so then that means that the thread doesn't actually line up, but you're just forcing it on anyway. And if that happens, then you got to take the wheel off, then you got to take the caliper off, then you got to take the brake disc off, and you have to actually pop out the wheel studs to put new ones in. So I don't want to do that. So I just put it on first by hand, just a couple of turns, just so that the threads are on correctly, and then I can use the air to put them on afterwards, make them tight. And what you want to do is right now, because I'm not pushing it down too hard, it's okay to do in a circular motion. But when you actually want to tighten them up, it's good to do it in a star mode, a star pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason why you do that is so that the force and the pressure that's applied to the wheel can be all the same, if that makes sense. Because if you tighten it here and here, it's going to be pulling down like that, and then trying to push it up might not be the best thing to do. So you're better off to just do here opposites. So that way it just gets on back, like balanced, I guess. So once we finish the other side and put the car down, then we'll check these again using the wheel brace over there just to make sure it's tight. So yeah, let's do the other side.
You should unscrew that bit that you put in before.
I just unscrewed it. So I haven't broken the seal, I've just taken all the air out.
Oh, okay.
What we're going to do next is break the seal. Now, even though we're taking the air out, as you can see, it's still sealed up the whole way, which means that we can't actually get this onto it or get the bar underneath it. So you've got to break the seal by just using this part of the machine here. Yeah, and that pushes it down and that breaks the seal.
Gotcha.
So you want to try to do it so that it gets it the whole way around. If it's not the whole way around, that's okay. You can still, once you get up from here, you can still break it. So you got to do both sides, front and rear.
Whip it up, all these rocks on my wrist. Bring it back up, cause it slip. Keep it cool, eyes go for the shit. Cause I'm ballin', look at all these chicks.
I just wanna go pub on a Friday without one of us getting in someone's face. A random's blood just splat on my Air Force, looking like custom maids. My boy's got an 8-ball wrapped in his balls. I tell her to adjust his waist. The mouse just knocks at the back of the hand, but we gotta be careful just in case it's way too long. Still be cold when the rain is strong. I don't care if you hate this song, and I ain't my fool, you but raised up wrong. Sometimes I play as I grind, or sometimes I play hits on the box. I don't wanna hear no shit out your mouth, and I ain't my fool, you're drifting along. Bitch, I'm a don and my missus a baddie. The sound of my naked chicks is in me up in the flames. Illegal and leaving, and I'ma get in like I'm pictures of backy. I'm keeping the tally, you got these bitches that wanna get aggy. You sound a little bitter, I wish you were happy. How many years to be chavvy, spinning my bookie with cabby, yeah. Had a long day, 1-1-2 joints, picking up doors, don't drop 2 points. When I do tour, man, better make noise. Silence hurts, I got this voice. Right, analyze my life, made that make sense. Monetize my mind, made that make sense. When I ride, push bike, when I ride, see friends, when I got 3-5, and I ride this clear.
Stacking dope from rapping, bro, you know I'm always balling. These other rappers sounding shit, you know they sound appalling. I cannot listen to their music cause it's very boring. And when it comes to talking truth, you know I'm going all in. I'm investing all my money, I'm investing all my powers. I work a lot, that's why I meditate for hours.
Okay, update. I've become even further dirty, and I'm gaining bruises. I'm ashy. Milky just gave everybody here a lot of happiness. We're all checking him out now, checking out his wheels. He's a bit raunchy if you ask me. Okay, boom. That is the drift day over.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you, bro.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
It was fun.
I'm fucking knackered now.
I'm tired.
Yeah, look, it was really funny just having a nice, pleasant, chill ride back.
Just the music playing.
And you're just driving like little grandma, just like, oh,
Going for the countryside.
nice little Japan.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Can't wait to wash.
Yeah.
To wait another 20 minutes for the train though, because we're in the middle of nowhere. That is one thing if you come here, it's just in the middle of nowhere. Oh, look, it's happening. Oh no. What does that say? It's gonna be delayed. Let's hope I can get home, because there's a fire.
I'm sure to make it.
Get as far as I can. But, yeah. Thanks, bro.
Sounds good.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Legend.
Bro.
Take it easy. Safe journey, man. See you, bro.